300 blocks per month. As a result, the diamond per block percentage dropped to 0.93% as opposed to adjacent strips 0.95%. It's a very small difference, sure, but still can be used to argue that adjacent strip mine, and by association windmill mining, might actually be better if you care about efficiency. The diamonds per minute were also significantly lower to 0.72 as opposed to 0.73. Very small difference, still noticeable. As a result of my trial, I concluded that adjacent strips may be more effective than branch mining, which is quite a surprise. But how about more unorthodox methods of mining? Can they beat our reigning champs, adjacent strips, or windmill mining? This is a method that I personally had very low hopes for. Box mining. I've always actually wondered if just digging out every single block in a range was effective at all. Do you get your time's worth back in ores? And as you may have guessed, not really. For my box mine, I mined 2 blocks up, 10 blocks across, and then dug 100 blocks down. This was more than boring, and at certain times I dozed off for a couple of seconds, which don't already off the total. Funnily enough, on both trials, I dug exactly 2,000 blocks, and my average diamonds was a disappointing 11.5.
If we must fight, then I'll make it fast.
24 minutes, and with diamonds for me,
Let's put it down. Make it suffering swift.
Certainly not the worst, but very low on the spectrum. My diamonds did half a percent, and good for my function that this method was not good at all. Finally, there is one more method that I want to check out, and while I had very low hopes for it, I'd be lying if I said it did absolutely blow me away. The method is diagonal. Among the method that most Minecraft players, a huge majority never diagonal mine unless for a specific build, as it's super slow to run across when you're done, it's just kinda odd for what world. Well, diagonal mining for my trials is strangely effective. The first question you may be asking is, how does one mine 500 blocks diagonally? Well, with the simplest of the Pythagorean theorem, I can just find out I need to mine 353.3 blocks in both directions, and then I've gone 500 diagonal blocks. And as I said before, this method works quite well. My trials,
My thanks, dear friends.
Blocks, which is well above both the other methods, including box mining. However, that still doesn't change the efficiency, which is 1.8% of the blocks mined were diamond ore. That nearly doubles adjacent strip mining and is the highest by a landslide. It's only 0.9% larger, but that's still a lot when compared to other methods. Similarly, with an average time of around 24.5 minutes, it certainly isn't the shortest, but that's the slowest block per second. However, it's doubles per minute at 1.3 diamonds every minute. Overwhelmingly the best choice if you want to focus on efficiency. So, from this testing, I've learned that diagonal mining is actually the best method of mining in Minecraft. That being said, would I recommend it? Hell no. Well, maybe. It really depends what you're after. If you want the most resources from your pickaxe, my data shows that, yes, diagonal mining is the best for the job. And that isn't limited to just diamonds, by the way. Diagonal mining scored the average highest for lapis, gold, and redstone, for gold and after branch mining. However, if you want to work with a traversable method, pick adjacent strip mining. It's neat, easy to navigate, and overall quicker. Because if you want to reuse the diagonal strip, it's a major pain to run through it. So I definitely would recommend using UHC. Also, just never box mine or make one strip mine. It's to be not worth your time. So after all, we know how to mine, but what about where to mine? What is the best Y level for mining?
This one's mine.
Find out the answer to this means to dig a little deeper.
Educated strength is all
It
it
really
takes.
depends on what ore you want in this case. Each ore has a different spawning.
I am blessed with new strength.
This histogram allows us to visualize the distribution of diamonds across 416,343 chunks, which is massive by the way. As you can see, diamond distribution is pretty symmetrical and peaks around 12 and 5. So mining while your Y level is 11 or 5 will give the best results for diamond collection. If anything, Y11 is more efficient because spawning on Y13 is higher than level 4, at nearly 100,000 as opposed to 90,000 diamond ore. But that said, that's all there is to know about mining. Maybe, because there probably does exist some super effective mining tactic that I'm just not covering. Or does there? Well, go out there, explore, have fun, mine safely, And as always, thank you so much for watching, and peace out.
If we must fight, then I'll make it fast.
What is the best way to mine in Minecraft? With the new change to terrain generation in Minecraft 1.18, the Caves and Cliffs update, what is the new best way to find diamonds in-game? Is it basic strip mining, diagonal mining, caving, or something completely different? You get the most diamonds for your pickaxe, the most bang for your buck, the most moolah for your Jula. 3. And question. Let's get right into it, and I hope you enjoy. But really quickly, before we do begin, if you do end up enjoying the video or learning something new, I would greatly appreciate it if you could subscribe. We're nearly at 800,000 subscribers, and every bit of support helps a lot. Out of the 10 million people that watched my channel last month, less than 2% of them actually subscribe. So if you want to help me out, it's completely free and it's a lot. Not to mention you can undo it whenever you feel like it. So please consider it. With that said, let's get right into the video. So I made this video that video sucks, and now for some reason I think it's the result that comes up when you search the best way to mine in Minecraft. Although it does not deserve that honor at all. Not to mention that since then there have been some slight alterations to the way caves generate in Minecraft. So with the new 1.18 terrain generation, what is the best way to mine in Minecraft? The first question we have to answer is, where do we mine? Previously, the optimal level for mining was around Y11, since that's where diamonds generated.
I want you all to myself!
And so now,
My thanks, dear friends.
like this, it looks like this. Where the wider the shape is, the more ore spawn at that Y level. For example, you can see the diamond triangle is the widest around Y
This one's
level
mine.
4. However, the gold one is around Y level -15. So I'll be sure you can just mine on Y11
We have been blessed this day.
There's a bit of complication. We mine at Y-59 to get the most possible diamonds. We'll be getting pretty much no gold, no iron, no coal, and no copper. Yes, we can technically mine around Y0 and hit every single ore at once. However, that would also make us get significantly less diamonds than we would be lower down. Wait, what's that? A secret message? Let's flip it and read it in the Yes, the first message is here, but upside down. Thanks, Mojang. Very cool. But back on topic. Where do we mine? For the purpose of this video, I'll be mining at Y-59. After all, we want to get the most diamonds, and this is the best way to do it. But of course, I'll be keeping track of everything I collect, including the other ores, so we can see what methods really work. But with that said, let's get into the methods. Method 1 is basic strip mining. Strip mining is probably every new player's first instinct when they first start the game. You mine down to Y-59 and just dig in a straight line. For each of these trials, I'm digging out either 320 or 160 blocks so I can measure it in chunks. I'll also be doing each method twice and average the results in case one run was particularly lucky or unlucky. Across two 320 block mines, results were disappointing but expected. I got an average of 2.5 diamonds per strip, with each mine resulting in 630 and 701 blocks mined. The average duration of a 320 block strip mine was almost 10 minutes, leading to a pitiful 0.5 diamonds per minute and 0.37% of all blocks mined being diamond ore. Would I recommend this method? Absolutely not. Method 2 was adjacent strip mining. I strip mine once, but I've been strip twice or 3 times. The thought process behind adjacent strip
thanks for the attention, darling.
area within a given chunk and don't miss any blocks in between. My personal preference is to space my mines 3 blocks apart because while yes, I might miss something, chances are an ore vein won't be 1 block width. For this trial, I decided to do 4 adjacent strips so I could cover the whole chunk. Pretty consistent, each strip was only 80 blocks long, totaling 320 blocks in all. Results here were surprisingly very bad.
Oh, thanks for the
Across my
attention,
2 trials
darling.
of 4 strips each, I averaged 1 diamond per trial. 1, in conjunction with an average of 694 blocks mined and an average time of 10.5 minutes for a trial, that gives us 0.144% of all blocks mined being diamond ore and 0.09 diamonds per minute. That's less than half of regular strip mining. Maybe I just got very unlucky, but wow, those results are bad. Method 3 was branch mining. Branch mining is similar to strip mining, but instead of just going out, every 4 blocks you dig 5 blocks out on either end, producing a branch design. Hence the name. The logic here is similar to adjacent strip mining, but instead you now use strip along a different axis. Each adjacent strip mine was 1.
Traveler, you keep some strange company now. This man doesn't have a scratch on him. Did you carry this noble all the way down here on your back?
Ah, the great hero, Warwick the Mighty. While your reputation for pilfering out an existence in dirty caves and frozen mountains is well known, I've never heard of you having a sense of humor.
I mean, isn't that what we did, though? He's not wrong.
That would be because I don't have one. What sort of errand have you subjected the traveler to?
I am Lord Foster Dervish, a humble servant of the crown. We've come to inform these miserable Shizu that this domain is part of the Kingdom of Daruk, as linked by portal, passageway, and now, blood.
Daruk, established by Lord Dundine Dervish. A frail man he was, but a gifted politician and merchant with a silver tongue.
Let's see, what are you eating? If it's a Shizu, and I wouldn't judge you if it is, I will spare them my speech.
You'd be right to hold your tongue. This belongs to me. Were you to claim it as Daruk's, I might have to scuff your cloak and untidy that hair braid of yours. But before you open your mouth again, yes, I see where you're going with this. You want me to coral the Shizu so you can speak to them.
Splendid! A smart one you are. A great hero, that is. Well, smarter than most of the others, them being dead and all.
I will help silence their masses so you can deliver your message. Through this clearing is a dead end, where a large group are gathered. Let's go.
Well, isn't that convenient?
Greetings to all! I am Lord Foster Dervish, ambassador from the Kingdom of Daruk. I have come to your world to let you know we claim these lands as our own. You have nothing to fear. Your concerns are now my own. Your enemies now stand against my king, your king, our king.
The names. Speak the names.
What? What nonsense is this?
1,000 names. You must speak the 1,000 names. The kings of before. No king rules who does not speak the names.
Now this is proper entertainment.
Let's see. The 1,000 names. Okay, I shall begin. Death, famine, cowardice, ruination, barbarism. Plagued, forgotten, miscreated. How am I doing? It seems to me these are the rulers of your past. They are all you have been left with. I'll spare you further embarrassment. Kneel now and pledge your souls to Daruk, or I will personally embody the last king you will ever see. Wrath!
Lord Foster Dervish, please send word to your king. Until they have slain a god, they will command no power here.
Great hero or not, there will be consequences for insubordination and treason.
I'd like to see you guys try.
Oh, I'm sure of it. But stuffing my ears with some rags will probably render anything you could do to me harmless.
Traveler, get me out of here. Now.
It was good to see you again, my friend. Bring this Foster with you again. I have a feeling he'd make great worm bait.
And I miss, well. Let's explore this place. A little bit more. You know, for a lava themed thing, this place is oddly dark.
Aw, all this fuss over me.
So Leroy is gone, but now we have this guy. What fun. It seems the writers of this game know how to write two personalities. Lore dumpers and bags of dicks. Oh, and lawful stupid, I guess. So that's 3.
This one's mine. Thanks.
Yikes, you guys hurt.
Guess that wasn't too bad.
That's a bit crazy. Level 50, huh? Not bad.
$160 blocks long, or 10 chunks, and here are the results. They were even worse. Across both trials, I didn't find a single diamond. With 752 blocks mined per trial and an average time of 12.2 minutes, I collected 0 diamonds per minute and 0% of all blocks I mined per diamond ore. Again, maybe I just got very unlucky, but something has definitely changed. Method 4 was diagonal mining. In my last video on the subject, I concluded that this method was the best with an average diamond count significantly higher than anything else. Let's see if it still holds up. If we want to mine 320 blocks diagonally, we can use the Pythagorean theorem to figure out where to mine. Use the hypotenuse of the 320 and use the 45-45 mining identity to determine how many blocks you have to mine along each axis, which happens to be 226 blocks in each direction. Stay in school. After mining out 2 trials, I averaged 4 diamonds per trial, which is so far the highest. Additionally, while each mine had 957 blocks broken, this still resulted in a total of 0.41% of all blocks mined being diamond ore, which is the highest by a landslide. One of the problems with diagonal mining, though, is it takes a while to get back to HQ, leading to an average time of 16.4 painful minutes per mine, or 0.244.
Glad to have that guy off our backs.
That's actually lower than a regular strip mining, so you may end up finding more diamonds. It will definitely hurt your soul walking back. Still would recommend though. Method 5 was crawl mining. Crawl mining involves using a trapdoor or water or some sort of mechanic to get into crawl mode and just mine normally from there. The logic is you break one block to expose 5 faces and don't have to spend as much time as in a normal strip mine. That being said, it also takes a lot longer to crawl back out after you're done. So is this method really worth it? Kind of. For a regular crawl strip mine of 160 blocks, I averaged 1 diamond per trial, which granted may not seem like much, however in context of how much I mine, it's actually not that bad. Blocks mined were only 184 and each mine only took around 5.4 minutes. As a result, crawl mining comes in at 0.54% of all blocks mined being diamond ore and 0.8% diamond per minute is actually also lower than just regular strip mining, but considering how big of an improvement the block saved is, I would definitely give this method a thumbs up. Method number 6 was caving. I was curious if just looting caves was more effective than plain old mining. I mean, if anything, it would save blocks time. Since I can't 320 blocks in a randomly shaped cave lets me teleporting to a random set of coordinates, finding the nearest cave and exploring it for 10 minutes. The results blew me away. I found an average of 11 diamonds per session.
Let me help.
With a total of 231 blocks mined per session, most of which are ores, by the way, I ended up with 4.75% of all blocks I mined diamond ore and 1.269 diamonds per minute. That's incredible and blows all the other methods out of the water. With the new expansive caves, you can just see so many blocks at once, it's completely more worth your time to go caving. Additionally, through each trial, I was counting how many other resources I found, and again, caving just blows them away. The second most resourceful method was actually adjacent strip mining. On average, I found 6 lapis, 6.5 iron, 154 redstone, and no other ores. But while caving...
You're here.
Well, I never liked that tent much. It's cold enough to warrant gutting a monster and curling up for a nap in their insides.
All of them in this area are afraid of fire. This land, despite what Foster and Silmire are trying to make of it.
Sure is. We've been having a grand old time down here. Now someone's gone and tried to ruin our fun and adventure.
I don't know who has taken it upon themselves to mess with the adventurers on this level, but they have some guts.
A lot of guts. We'd probably get along pretty well with them. Don't you think so, Leroy?
If we must fight, then I'll make it fast.
Many diamonds on average. I also found 116 lapis, 45 gold, 21 copper, 43 iron, and 180 redstone in 8 minutes. And that's not even mentioning the ores that I skipped because I didn't want to waste too much time. Overall, caving just seems like the far better choice than any other method. But is it actually the best way to mine in Minecraft? Necessarily. If you want to identify the best mining method, you first have to figure out as possible with as little effort as possible. Since diamond generation changed since 1.16, what is the optimal way to mine to maximize our diamond output? To answer this question, we first have to understand how diamonds generate. I took the time to scout out 100 individual chunks of worlds to figure out how diamonds were generated. The results are as follows.
Violence is never the answer, only the means to it.
4.8 diamonds. That doesn't sound bad, but actually sucks when you realize the average number of veins were 2, and that's across 80 Y levels. Because of the new addition of negative Y levels, diamonds can generate anywhere between Y16 and Y-64. That's 80 levels of space, and somewhere in between are 2 veins of around 2.5 diamonds. We pretty much have to search the whole chunk if we want to have a good chance at getting rewards. So, how do we do that? Well, here are a few ways. One method that comes to mind is moss mining. In the update, we are cursed with the Terran generation, we are also blessed with moss. Moss, when bone mealed, can spread to practically every naturally generating stone, and can then be insta-mined with a hoe. So what if we set up a containment chamber and begin
all this
mining the
fuss
moss
over me.
over the whole chunk? This way we don't miss anything. And we don't, but this method is awful. After moss mining for nearly 20 minutes, I noticed a fatal flaw in this method. It is a snail's pace. It is very slow. In 20 minutes, I was only able to mine 13 layers of rock. And given that I started at Y66 and I had to mine all the way down another 110 blocks to reach the final layer of diamonds, that's just not happening. best, the chunk has, what, 15 diamonds? And at the rate I was going, that would equal 0.075 diamonds per minute. The slowest method out of
Harp
all
of
the
Harmony,
previous
calm
by
their
far.
restless
Not to mention
souls.
the 20 minutes I did mine.
Thank you for your consideration.
This method, while being insanely slow, is also very taxing.
My
Another idea I had was to cover the
on hand, powers of the heavens.
to bomb my way down to the bottom. This seemed good in my head, but after trying it out, I also ran into some complications. Number one, the TNT duper has very little range. It only takes a single hole in the ground.
Thank you.
and one
Oh, thanks for the attention, darling.
But the second and more crucial flaw of this method is the fact that the TNT
Thank you for your
itself
consideration.
is too slow. Because the world
It feels somehow
When we get
stronger.
into the negative Y values, the TNT actually doesn't even make it to the end. It explodes before it reaches the bottom. Not to mention, Deep Slate has a pretty high blast resistance, making this method also very displeasurable. So, what can we conclude? At the end of the day, the undoubtedly best method of mining is to mine the least and go caving. With the new ways that ores generate to have the large chance of getting a variety of ores, as well as being able to spot diamonds, caving is the way to go. Not only is it scenic, but those things expose you to so many blocks you're bound to find diamonds as well as a ton of other resources. So by the time 1.19 rolls around, you'll know how I'll be mining. With that said, let me know in the comments what method you'll be most likely to use. And as always, thank you so much for watching. Please consider subscribing, it does help out a ton. And peace out. See you next time. Thank you so much.
I'm most likely correct and there's no enemy spawn here, so as long as I map out all unlava tiles first, I can just walk safely in the lava or magma. And just temporal rift my way out. Let's go, and voila. Very nice.
It's to be a glitch in Minecraft that when a skeleton trap spawned, sometimes the rider could spawn with bugged OP armor. This armor could range anywhere from Fire Protection 4 to Regular Protection 8. Yeah, and it worked like Protection 8.
Huh? It's time Time to celebrate New Year's.